Last night in Lackawanna, after a heated city council meeting, the council voted to approve a ban on short-term rentals, including Airbnbs and Verbos, and that includes those that are currently in existence.
To talk about this decision, right now we are joined by Council Member Amira Muflahi, who represents Lackawanna's 1st Ward. Amira, thank you so much for joining us this afternoon.
Thank you for having me.
So first, for anyone who may have missed last night's news, tell us about this ban and really what it entails.
So initially, it came to our attention that short-term rentals were not being regulated, although they were operating in the city of Lackawanna. So for a year, we commissioned a committee, myself, 2nd Ward Councilman Anderson, City Attorney, Director of Development, and then also other department heads that had insight as to what's going on, including code enforcement. So as we began to dive in deeper and deeper, we realized that not only were these places operating without being regulated, but there were more problems beyond the surface. So we continued to do some research and get the public's opinion, both pros and cons, and to see what was the best decision for the city of Lackawanna.
Amira, why do you think that was the best decision for Lackawanna? As you said, you guys studied what was happening within the city and then also outside the city. We've covered opportunities in the city of Buffalo. They are looking at banning this, or at least a moratorium that is in place right now to preserve the character of the neighborhood there in Allentown. Other communities have taken part trying to recoup some of the bed tax, if you will, or hotel tax that's associated with these. How was it in the city of Lackawanna for that?
So the city of Lackawanna is much smaller than the city of Buffalo. We already have a housing issue. It's almost impossible sometimes for families to find long-term rental properties that are within their budget, and reducing that further would just exacerbate that issue. So we have to focus first on our citizens and residents and not prioritize out-of-towners versus our constituents and residents.
So I'll ask you about that as you're talking about that. You mentioned a couple things. One, your housing stock, which you believe is very short, and also out-of-town residents. The vast majority of the just 25 homes that are currently on the books for this, how does that compare? Is housing so poor in Lackawanna right now that just 25 homes can really move the needle?
Well, we can't just look at it from a perspective of just 25 homes right now.
Well, I'm talking about the current people who are on the books. The
current ones will expand into, as it becomes more and more trendy, it will become more and more of an issue. So right now we have to recalibrate and see where we're going to go moving forward. So this is a time where we have to look at where it makes sense to, in the future, operate short-term rentals, if that is, in fact, feasible.
What about the folks who already have their bookings already through these short-term rentals? In some cases, it could be hundreds up to thousands of dollars. How are they made whole by this decision?
Well, it is an unfortunate decision. I understand that wholeheartedly, that people's livelihoods are at stake. However, they still maintain ownership of their homes to go into long-term rental type situations. However, we also have to understand that individuals or families that are renting these places are renting places that have not been inspected. They haven't passed any code enforcement approvals. So we are also safeguarding those individuals that potentially will be being housed in these short-term rentals.
Is this something that was immediately taken into effect, or will it be rolled out over a period of time? How will it work now?
I believe as it stands right now, the ordinance does go into effect immediately. The understanding was that this was potentially coming down the pipeline for over a year. We've had meetings with the hosts, and they were informed that this is something that is coming about eventually. They weren't aware whether it was going to go one way or the other, but it was a discussion that we've had within the past at least 5 or 6 months.
You had mentioned used a word just a minute ago or so about saying the city wants to recalibrate when it comes to short-term rentals. Does that mean short-term rentals possibility in the future in the city of Lackawanna just under new regulations?
anything is possible. So as we measure and look into things and to see where these types of short-term rentals make sense in the future, I'm open for that discussion to be had. However, we also have to be responsible and understand that these are unregulated houses. These have not passed any inspections, whether fire code, egress, regress, none of that has been approved. So we have to be very steadfast and responsible in these decisions.
All right, Lackawanna City Council member Amira Muflahi, thank you so much for taking the time to join us this afternoon.
Thank you. Have a great evening.
Thank you, Amira. You too.